beautiful beaders, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and today I have a very hefty package from beadboxbargains.com. Lots of goodies to share with you guys. Every month I share some products that I've picked out from their site. They're the sister site of the Bargain Bead Box, which is a really fun monthly jewelry making subscription that I share here as well, and I know a lot of you guys like it too. So this is a closeout store. They do provide a coupon with the subscription box that you can use on Bead Box Bargains, and you can use that unlimited times until it expires, and usually it's about 30%. So lots of things to get into today. Let me crack open this package and we'll see what I got. All right, here's a little peek at their card, and they typically send a free gift on the back of that, which is a really sweet touch. You can see that this order is several pages long and it totaled about $102, and that's a savings with the $42.52 of that coupon code they provided in the subscription. All right, I have a lot to show you, so I'm going to try not to dilly-dally, but I'm going to start with one of my favorite things, which are the Czech glass flowers. And I was excited to see that Bead Box Bargains did have a selection of various Czech glass flowers and leaves, which I just am really drawn to, and I had to pick those up. So I ended up getting multiples of these. These were bags of 5 of the red pressed glass Czech glass flowers. Nice and thick, beautiful coloring and detail. And as many of you know, the Hawaiian flowers are not cheap. So 5 of these for $1.59, I believe it was. And then the 30% off discount code was a really great deal. And I just love this color. And because these are closeout items, it's possible that it may be difficult to find some of these things again. And that's why I wanted to, for this one in particular, pick up several bags of that. Here are some more of these Hawaiian flowers. These are table cut, and oh my goodness, look at that beautiful translucent red and all the details. We have the gorgeous finish on the side, and I think these might actually look good together with these opaque ones. Also, these are a version that looks like they're in the topaz color, and I'm not going to name out all of the prices and specific names of everything. If there's anything you have a question about, feel free to let me know, but it's just such a long list to try to match everything up. It just wouldn't make sense. But just know that these products are a great deal, and you know how much I spent total for everything I'm going to show you today. Here's another selection. Look at this gorgeous, very light pink. I think these are the ones called Peach Picasso. I see those jumping out at me on the list. Absolutely beautiful. And these came in a 3-pack as opposed to a 5-pack like the opaque ones did. And I think this is the last bag of Hawaiian flowers. This is in a minty green. Such a beautiful shade of fresh green, and it's got a lustery beige finish on it. So beautiful. All right, next up for the Czech glass flowers, they also had some of the daisy beads, and these are table cut as well, also with the really cute details. You can see the hole going through the center. And here's the handful of the, I think the peach variety. Really like that shape. These look a little bit more antiqued. Not a huge fan of this peach color with the finish that's around the edges, just because it looks a little bit like it's dirty instead of as intentional, but still really like the shape and would use them. And then here are the daisy beads in a blue tone. There's a look at how translucent they are. Again, you can see the hole, and these do look more intentional, I think, just because of the blue color, and it contrasts a little bit better with the finish that falls in the grooves on the side like that. And then the final color, I believe, for the daisies is this one. So beautiful. It's a shade of turquoise or aqua. That is lovely. So it was 5 of these in a pack. I wanted to pick up 2 packs to make an even 10. If I was working on something and needed more than 5 for the project, and that way I wouldn't have trouble finding more. And I think this is all for my flowers. This and the other bag next to me unless I'm missing something. Yeah, I was missing something. I got 2 more bags over there. All right, so these are the Chalk White Lila Vega Luster Czech glass bellflowers. 10 pieces of those for 99 cents before the discount. I could quote that because I saw that one jump out at me. I've gotten this finish a lot in other shapes of Czech glass, so I was really happy to see these come in the bellflower in case I wanted to coordinate something with this gorgeous purple. These are just stunning and a sweet little shape. I think I'm gonna have to turn these into a little beaded ring or something at some point. Too many beads, too little time, I swear. Here's the other color that I picked up, 2 bags of these, and these are the Chalk White Violet, I believe. Another great combination. These are definitely more of a blue tone. You can see how they are variegated with the different shades of brown and a slightly lustery metallic finish over the top. And then I think these are the last bellflowers. These are larger. They are the Chalk White Gray Luster, and there's 5 of these in the bag. You can see that shiny coating, and again with that mottled gray, slightly variegated color. Just beautiful and high quality beads. All right, what would the flowers be without leaves? And first I picked up 2 of these very vibrant bags of these blue pressed glass leaves. They are top drilled and they're kind of in the sapphire color, frosty matte, with a little bit of detail, as you can see, running right through there. And there's about 10 pieces in each bag for, I believe, like $1. And then here's the next selection that's very similar to that, but this time in a matte topaz. We have our warm honey tone, and these let just a little bit of light through. And again, you can see that hint of detail running up the leaves. Next up are the maple leaves. Aren't these vibrant? Look at this mustard yellow. Lots of detail in these shapes as well. You can see the hole runs through the length of the bead, and they're the same on both sides. They're very smooth, and I have an idea for the maple leaves that I'm hoping to play around with a little bit soon. So I got all sorts of different colors. Here is a vibrant coral color, just some slight striations in this strand, all looking really good. Everything's in great shape. Sometimes I get more gemstone beads from Bead Box Bargains, sometimes more Czech glass, sometimes more crystal. It just really depends on their stock, and that's always changing. So there's certain things that may be out of stock that you're looking at me sharing today, just because that's the nature of their store and their stock changes all the time. But there might also be things that weren't there when I went and shopped their store. Here is a beautiful deep berry tone. That is a very rich shade of red. Gorgeous. Here are 2 bags with a Picasso luster on them. There's a close-up look at these. You can see how they are spotty and mottled. Actually look a little bit more like authentic leaves that way. And there's a look at the other side, all those details. Golden tone on the inside, and then the Picasso finish that kind of dulls it down a little bit. Then this gorgeous combination, very pale light green. That's got a little bit of a slight metallic luster and shine, and some darker areas where that coating settles into the details. Now, for the sake of time, because you already know what those beads look like up close, I won't take these out of their bags, but you can see these are the other 2 colors that I picked up. A beautiful, more natural looking green, and then this shade of rich opaque teal. Here's yet another shape of pressed glass leaf. Very glossy green in the background. They have this really interesting medium blue finish that's settling into the details of the leaves, and overall gives these more of a bluish green or teal-like color effect. And then I also picked them up in this shade of glossy solid green without that extra finish. Here are the last two colors of the smaller beads that I picked up, this time in another different shape. It's just amazing how many different shapes of Czech glass leaves and flowers there are. And I don't see these types of things on Bead Box Bargains that often, or hadn't so far, so I definitely wanted to grab these while I could. So here's another shape in a beautiful shade of green, and what's interesting is these actually have two holes. So you can see those two holes running through the center of the leaf, which is really interesting, and then I picked those up in this muted dusty shade of blue as well, also with the two holes running right through the sides of the beads. Next up are these leaf pendants, and they're a little bit more toned down or muted than I was expecting. You can see the very faint yellow to red gradient that they have, and kind of a milky glass, because these are supposed to be jade style beads. And we had gotten some of these in green in one of the subscription boxes, and I also picked up some more of those as well. But here is a close-up look at those, and there's some detail on the front, but then the back is just more of an opaque milky white. So here are those bags in green. I feel like the ones in the subscription box were a deeper, richer tone of green, but I could be wrong. I made some earrings with the set that had come in the box and paired them with some copper findings, and I thought they came out really nice. These were a great size and shape to use at the bottoms of earrings and didn't have to add too much to them because of all the beautiful detail that they have. All right, I have a few more Czech glass beads, and then I'm gonna have to clean up before I get to the other crystal beads. So I have 3 bags of these pressed glass coins, really interesting and really flashy with that finish on it. There's 5 pieces per bag, and they were 79 cents each before the discount, and I do see these on the list. These are the ones called Slate Peacock. They are a grayish, bluish tone with the metallic also. You can see some purples and golds flashing around there as well. They let a little bit of light through, and you can see the detail that is on both the top and the bottom of these beads. So fun. And then next I picked up the marine blue variety. These are beautiful as well. These have a lovely, rich blue metallic finish, very shiny as well. And again, with the detail, and there's the hole that runs right through the center of the bead. Here's that selection in a color called Magma. This shade of yellowish orange and a little bit of an iris finish over the top. They're just so much prettier when you take them out of the bag. You can really appreciate how shiny they are, how smooth and glossy, and all the detail. Lots of fun fiery color play too with the finish and how the light's filtering through all of the embossed texture. And then here's the last color variety that they had in this shape. These are called 2 times Rainbow Iris. These are flashy, man. That's like an oil slick. All the different colors, the rainbow effect of the 2 times iris. You could put these with a lot of different colors. They are so fun to look at. Something else they had this time are these faceted pear jade travertine Czech glass beads in this drop shape. One of my favorite combinations. You can see the turquoise and the splotches of brown over the top. Travertine making these look like little stones, and there's a hole that runs through the center of these dainty little teardrops. All right, here's what I believe is the last bag of Czech glass. These are some gorgeous melon beads in a combination of some yellows and greens, and I believe that's my last bag unless I find a straggler before we move on to other things. That is lovely. You can see the grooves going around the edges of these round beads, and all different tones of green and yellow, ranging from these more vibrant tones to some that are more of a very pale buttery yellow and a very light minty green. All right, so my bead mat is full, which means I need to clean this up a little bit so that I have room to bring you round 2 of the goodies from Bead Box Bargains. All right, that's better. So I figured I'd show you guys all of these together. We all know what bicones look like, especially crystal bicones. And so they had these little 3.5 millimeter ones, not 4 millimeter, just a little bit smaller, for only 49 cents per strand before the discount. I picked up different colors of those and multiple strands. There's a light rose, amethyst, aqua, emerald, peridot, topaz, and finally scarlet. Aren't they pretty? Rainbow of colors, very sparkly, and these were all 12-inch strands. They also had some fantastic deals on these strands of 4 millimeter round glass beads. Here's a color called Aqua AB, and then we have some metallic green iris. There's the rainbow iris right here, a strand of copper, and then these are a jet black luster. Very shiny and a great basic size to work with. These are all nice long 11-inch strands. So those were the 4 millimeter, and I also picked up a couple of the metallic strands in 6 millimeter. I have the metallic green iris here, which is kind of a combination between blue and gold and also gives off a greenish hue. And then also the 6 millimeter in the rainbow iris, where it brings in some of those tones of purple and pink as well. And then finally, for the metallic round strands, I picked up two in the 8 millimeter size. I have the metallic green iris here again, and the metallic copper. And this way, if I want to do something with the metallic green iris where it's maybe a graduated design, I have the 3 different colors of that to work with. Next up is a strand of translucent cobalt glass round beads, 4 millimeter size, and this was just a really great deal for the strand of these, and it's a beautiful vibrant shade of blue. And then also great prices. We're talking like 79 cents a strand before the discount. The beautiful cobalt and also sapphire blue strands in the round shapes. And then 2 frosty strands of 8 millimeter round beads, the color jonquil, which is this pale yellow, and then this one, which they're calling emerald green. These are nice long 11-inch strands too. All right, next I picked up these small rondelle beads. These were the pale blue opal and green iris, and they're long 14-inch strands, and they're just so beautiful. I love that combination. I'm not sure what exactly I'll do with them yet, but they are so sparkly and metallic and delicate looking. I also picked up a strand of the pale cornflower opal half copper in the 6x4 millimeter size, so just a little bit bigger than that. And this is on a 7-inch strand. And then on very long 15 to 16-inch strands, a selection called Sea Opal, which is this one, and then 2 strands of the Aqua AB. You can see these have a little bit of a rainbow effect that sparkles as the light hits them. And then getting to a little bit larger size, here is a selection in a combination called Pink Opal and Champagne, a 7-inch strand of 8x6 millimeter rondelles. Gorgeous combination of the warm topaz and that milky, very pale opally pink. And then there's 2 strands, 16-inch of 8x6 millimeter crystal rondelles in this color. Stunning. It's called Teal AB. It's a very rich shade of like a light forest green, and look how they sparkle. Oh my goodness. Then last for the rondelles are these even larger 10x8 millimeter strands of crystal AB, and these are really long strands. They're 22.5 inches, so they're like double strands, but aren't those absolutely stunning? Those are so pretty. Oh my goodness. And I'm really pleased with the quality of all these as well. Finally, for the strands are these. I have 2 strands of half matte barrel beads in this combination called Slate Blue Peacock. And I just thought these were super fun. We've gotten these barrel beads before. They're kind of frosty on either side and smooth and a little more see-through in the center band. But these have the peacock finish that runs around them and gives the centers of those a really cool look. So there are the last 2 strands to add to this beautiful haul from Bead Box Bargains. And the only findings I picked up this time are a bag of shell beads and antique silver. There's 10 pieces in the top bag. and also a bag of leaf charms in a silver tone. Then of course they provided that little freebie on the back of their card, which was really nice, these very small toggle clasps in the silver tone. And that is everything from Bead Box Bargains that I picked up for the month of August. I hope it gave you an up close and personal look at the variety of different things that they carry this month. You can always check out the playlist I have for previous months to see what other kinds of things that I found. They're a great place to find not only the glass beads, but also gemstone beads, which I've shared a lot here too. Some great prices on those, and lots of other findings, and even chain when that comes available. This is a site I've been shopping for a long time. They are really great and I highly recommend them, as well as their subscription box, and I will leave links to everything right down below the video if you'd like to check those things out. I want to thank you guys so much for being with me today. I really enjoyed being able to share these products with you. If you enjoyed seeing these items up close, I'd appreciate a big thumbs up on the video, and please do subscribe so you are aware of when I'm uploading new content. I also have links down below to all my social media handles and my shop and blog where I list my patterns and jewelry for sale, and we talk all things beads. So until next time, I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.